Yeah, boss, how's it going? Yeah, I know I haven't been in for a few days. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but we should have got promoted. We should have won. We should have done this. Should have done that. Get it together. Coming to work. All right. G'day there, gang. Welcome back to Chump the Champ, the season review for our second season with R.F.C.Seraing. I can't say it properly. RFC. I'm a terrible manager. Anyway, so let's get into the season review for last season, and then we're going to hit the transfer window up and play with what budget we can and make a few small changes to the squad, perhaps. Right, yeah, despite missing more than half of the season, Alessandro Damashka gets signing of the year for us. Yeah, 7.02 over 10.1. I can't really complain that. But look, Maxime Vackers, for a fraction of the wages and a fraction, well, they're both free transfers, but for a half the wages, comes in 29 games at the back. And Sam Bowen actually rates better than both of them. 11 goal contributions across 26 games from the deep line playmaker position is not too bad. Starting to get forward towards the end of the season as well. It's made me have a bit of a rethink about what role he plays in the team, and am I better just let him play as a box-to-box midfielder? And we say we put Paidaloo as a deep line playmaker on defend and change up our roles that way. Other new signings to the team, yeah, Van Gonta did all right. Everyone's done all right there. Everyone who hasn't done all right. Even Junior Maysman called on's done all right. Peter Boga's done all right. Renzulli was probably the big disappointment for me. 5 starts, 14 substitute appearances, only the 2 goals. And late in the season, probably the disappointment after his spell with us previously was Jibril Danash. What's that there, Neil? 14 appearances in total, 2 goals, 1 assist. That 1 assist, though, was that absolute perler from the last episode. If you haven't seen the last episode with our promotion game shenanigans, go back and watch it now before we go any deeper into the episode here and anything's given away. Rightio, you've had your chance. Consider yourselves warned. It was a season to remember. It's got us in the Belgian Pro League A. The board are disappointed that the team only challenged for promotion to the Pro League A this season. Your expectation, seriously, his expectation was to, their expectation was to, Fright bravely gets relegation and they're disappointed. Well, we'll go to the Pro League B. Yeah, well, that's better. Okay. So they're disappointed that we didn't win the playoff. So, all right, I get that. I fired too soon. Board expected avoid relegation. We finished second. Home attendance, is that up 13%? That's good. Nicholas Arai, as predicted, 13 goals. Oh, the season that could have been, despite a couple of late issues there. And we didn't really care about the Belgian Cup. We ran into a Pro League A team in the 6th round, I think it works out to be when we join in, and we got our asses handed to us. Club Bruges were in the big league, as I pointed out earlier, by some considerable margin there. So I have to start looking at other jobs, I guess. We'll get through this first before I start speculating on that. The goal of the season, I remember that was a howler from outside of the area. Absolute fantastic shot that was. 20-meter smacker. Had some good games. Start to mix it with the better teams in the league and not being just the ass kick boys. What? Okay, it's only dropped. I thought it would drop 700k. I thought, oh, we are dead. Competition prize money hasn't changed, so it's a flat rate for the prize money. Well, that's interesting. So, all right, that's one of the things that would make this league difficult then, again. You don't get extra prize money for finishing higher up the ladder, and you get $500,000 in broadcast revenue instead. Oh, well. So, shirts sold. We sold 96 94 shirts, exactly 94 shirts arise on the main one, which is no surprise there. Bowen, first season at the club, gets his name on the shirt. Vermeulen, the vice captain, and on-field captain, Timon and Pidaloo. No real surprises there with the shirts, I guess, except that Maxime Wackers isn't there. And I would like to have seen Timothy Gouger step up onto there. Here's how we lined up for the majority of the season. Timothy Gouger in the cage, averaged a 7.17, would be one of my better players of the year for us, absolutely. A back four of Kangamini, Capera, Wackers, and Van Gonta. That's pretty much what we did. Pidaloo and Bowen in the centre of the park there. Vermeulen and Timon comes in just in front of Harink there. I started to prefer Harink for his pace towards the end of the season, but perhaps Timon was the man that was tying things together the whole time, and I didn't notice. Oh well, and Bertolocci and Arai up front. No big surprises there. The big man packing the goals away for us this season. So I've won Belgian Pro League Manager of the Year. Well, there you go. That's good. That will help with reputation, no doubt, just a little bit. So Arai has our top scorer. Vermeulen, young player of the season again, the 19-year-old vice captain, just doing bits down that left flank. Damashka signing of the season. Yeah, like I said, probably this man here, Sam Bowen, is all Maxime Wackers would be my signing of the season. Wackers brought much needed stability to the defence, even though his aging legs start to tie towards the end of the season. So that's something I need to look for next season, is to make sure that I can use Wackers in the big games perhaps, and make sure I've got an understudy coming through. We're probably going to lose Capera on loan back. I think I mentioned in the last episode, AZ want 1.6k a fortnight or a week for his wages, sorry, and I'm just not paying that. So top scorer was Arai, most assists Bowen. Now that's something we've got to work on. Most of those would be from set pieces, I would imagine. I don't think we're quite as creative as we could be down the sides and up the middle, so to speak. Arai, most player of the match awards, no surprise there. Highest average rating, Arai. And most passes completed for 90 minutes. A surprising Martin Wetz there, but he does. I think I need to train Wetz to play a short game. I might actually even let Wetz go. He's the captain, and he's hardly featured at all this season. Completely lost his spot to Bowen. And a sad day. He is still a young fella, though, so we'll have a talk about it. Arai, 17 goals for the season. 13 goals in the league. Arai, both new records for the club. Most goals by a player in a match. Arai, still no hat tricks. No hat tricks. We're 2 seasons in and no one scored a hat trick for us yet. That, gang, is an issue. Timothy Gouger, 16 clean sheets, new record. Like I said, probably not mentioned on the awards page at all here, Timothy Gouger, but my giddy aunt, did he pull off some great saves for him this season? Probably looking at replacing him. But we won't let him hear that just yet. And Nicholas Arai, the most player of the match awards in the season. Speak properly, Wally. Rightio. So, right, board set initial budgets here. We've had a look at this just before I clicked out before. So the initial wage budget is 19.75k, which is a little bit of an increase, and 57k of transfer budget. Do you know what? Most of that transfer budget is going to go straight into the wages. So let's have a look at the finances here, see how it compares where we are now. So we're already committed to spending nearly all of that next season. Christ on a bike. We are in trouble and we need to trim our belt somewhere. So we know we're losing a Kangamani, and we'll have to see what we can sign some of these other boys up for. I'll have a look at this season's stats later. That's good. Now I've actually got people in the back room in the data area. I'm starting to get some information through now. I hadn't really worked with it in Football Manager, and I've forgotten that the new data hub was a thing until I hired some data analysts. And I thought, I remember this. Rightio. So what does the club want us to do here? Work within wage budget. Yep. Sign and sell players for a profit, favoured in progress. Right. We did well by selling Capera. That was good. I'll probably want another sale like that in the summer, and that'd be good. So end of next season, repair the club's financial damage. Man, this is going to be the hard thing now. I'm going to have to start to aggressively flip some players, and then my contract expires. Right, so I have 1 more year on the contract here. They're expecting a top half finish now, are they? Mid-table. They want mid-table, and then they want top half. Right, so there's some ambition being shown there. Strive to make progress on and off the pitch, club culture. Right, yeah. I think that kind of meets what I want to do at the moment, but we'll have a look. The Birmingham City Job has come up. Having said that, I think that's the third time the Birmingham City Job's come up since I've been here. I've had a look, and it's still hashtag BSHL in control of the club there. So I'm not sure I want to go there. I'm not sure I want to go there, and perhaps have a half a season in the championship, not be given any money, go exactly through what Lee Bowyer is going through in real life at the moment, and then get sacked in Football Manager. That doesn't sound like my idea of football managerousness. Right, so enough crapping on about that sort of stuff. And now we've got Timothy Gouger in the goal, well deserved there. Akengamini Kapera, Wayne Fay. He was a head of youth development for us, and he played for us for 9 years. Okay, he deserves to be there. And Sambu, who is still kicking about, he's only 30. Perhaps he'd like to come back to the club. Played 56 games for us. He's 30. Wally, don't even think about it. He's 30. It's still got us in the 4-3-3 DM formation, so it's got Wets as the defensive midfielder there. Pidaloo and Vermeulen in there. Bowen not quite getting a start yet. Alach, who has been out and loan for us for the majority of the last 2 seasons. Tarek Tarkan, who I sold last year. Nicholas Arai up front. These two I needed to do better with. Didn't manage to sell either of them, and I've had to let them both go, but at least I had them off the wage budget for the last 2 years. There's this fella here and this fella here that I'm going to struggle to hold on to, I think. Having said that, is what we need to do. Right, end of season team meeting. Make the playoffs. We're going to go over the top half, and they're going to hate it. You watch. No! Okay. I'm pleasantly surprised here. Oh, brilliant. That's just what I wanted to hear. Discuss promises when we get back. I'm happy with what's been agreed. Thank you, everyone. Well, there we go. Everyone's pretty happy about the prospects for next season. Let's see how happy they are when I start buying and selling players here. So I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a scout about. Here we go. The Birmingham job's available. The Diakez sacked by Birmingham. Wow. Deary me. So it's starting to be a regen manager coming through and retired players starting to come through. What do I do? This is my real life club. There's a chance to manage them in a Chump the Champ save online. Who are the owners? All right, so we're owned by Koreans now. Okay. The Korean consortium's bought in. Well, at least we're not owned by Chinese. Let's have a look at the history here. Right, so Paul Imanol here, he got 132 days. The guy I got him got 224. And the guy before, oh, dearie me. And before that, we had Chris Wilder and Lee Bowyer. I remember Chris Wilder was in charge when I took over at Seraing. I'm going to have a think about it, and I'll get back to you all shortly. Rightio, gang. So here we are. It's my contract negotiations. I'm going to stay here, obviously. I've like my little house in the Ardennes. I like my little Volkswagen Golf. I've got to pay for them. So they've only offered me like a K. So it's a small wage hike, but we don't have to move the house. We're happy where we are. We live nice and close-ish to the ground. Yeah, so let's get into these negotiations and see what they have to say for themselves. Yeah, must be manager, contract start date immediate, just 1 year. Yeah, we'll take a year. They're trying to lay down the law here as far as this one here, repairing the financial damage. Do you know what? We're just going to take it. We're going to take it. quite happy with that. Don't want to hurt the club financially anyway by taking a bigger wage. You can see set both of these two for release. That does worry me. I kind of don't want to let Junior Mays go yet. He did well when he needed to come into the side, Junior Mays, but I know he doesn't have the ability potential, but it's all we've got at the moment. Yeah, just a couple of these fellas, you know. This guy's, you know what? He's probably up there as probably a fourth choice striker, especially if we don't get Dibble Dinash back. And Mariotti, he was model citizen and he dropped the fairly professional and dropped 2 or 3 determination overnight because something happened. I don't know what. He's better than Martin Wetz, but Martin Wetz has got another year in his contract. I'm pretty sure he's going to want more than 300, and we're already right up. Oh, actually, no, we're not. We're not right up against the wage budget. So perhaps we can re-sign Mariotti then. Anyway, I'll have to think about that while we're waiting to hear back from my job interview and what's gone on with that. Also wanted to let you know that I did apply for that Birmingham job, not expecting to get it. They look like they're pretty harsh taskmasters, and I bet you they're going to say you don't have any experience getting the side promoted, but it is what it is. I can't, the Birmingham job's come up 3 or 4 times during this save now, and it's my chance to manage my club. So I've applied. Let's see what happens. Right, yeah, so that didn't take long. Literally 1 click. Board delighted that we accepted the offer. All good there. Pity I've applied for the Birmingham job. Don't tell them that. Birmingham probably not going to be interested in me now. I've just signed a new contract here anyway. So well played to Seraing beside me. They've sort of cut one out off the pass, haven't they? So anyway, let's go find ourselves some players. Rightio, folks, I wish I could come to you with a bit more transfer news here, but I've come to you with really bugger all. We weren't able to free up any room with the wage budget. I've been trying to get Bowen to sell. I mean, he's, according to his value guide, he's worth 300 to 500k, but he seems to think he's worth around more than about 80,000. I'm going to play him out to the end of his contract if that's the case and try and fix the club's financial issues by getting promoted. But that's a bit of a worry. And I was also kind of hoping for an offer for Nicholas Arai as well, or maybe even Vermeulen, but none of that has come to pass as of yet. However, we have had to bring in, we're still in lots of trouble. I'll explain that in a minute, but we have brought in some backups. This guy was an impulse signing, and I kind of wish I hadn't brought him in now. He's only on 300 a week. Having said that, Dario Vashearan, he is a speed merchant down the wing here, can cross a ball, will be second choice winger there, pushing Harnick out, Harink out, sorry, and Harink is one of the issues. I don't see how he's going to get any match time, and I signed him up promising not to play him on the left anymore. It's kind of where I'm going to need him now. That's a bit of an oversight on my part, but never mind. Loic Retier. Loic Retier. He is our new starting left back. Pace 16, acceleration 14, crossing of 13. Good first touch. Also will be good up front here, playing as a winger. If we need him later in the season, plays all the way down the left side of the pitch there. So a very, very warm welcome to Loic Retier. Unfortunately, 950 a week to have 2 left backs on the book. And I've also brought in Timo Zal for 725. And that still only leaves me three first teamable centre halves anyway. This guy's okay. He's very similar to the other guys we signed last season, about 11 pace and about 10 or 12 in the air and tackling. Should form a good... Should be all right to get us through, providing we mind our injuries. Otherwise, I think we're looking okay without looking fantastic at everything. Like if you look at the squad depth here, obviously up the front's a problem. Up the front's a big problem. What have I done here with my tactics? Why is it showing me that for? Because that's how I finished the last match. Squad depth. Let's go back here. So, as you can see, I am toying around with the idea of playing a 4-2-3-1 just because I've got really all right Bertolucci, Renzulli up the front there. That's it. If I play 2 of them, I'm going to need a fullback. So that probably means pushing Bowen forward. I mean, Bowen's got good finishing and he's got good long shots as well. So perhaps we should be playing him a little bit further up the pitch. He is really, really, really upset with me. Never mind. Never mind. Really good in the center of the park here. Plenty of options there right across. And also on the left and the right of defense, pretty good. Center of defense, not good. Big problem. Goalkeeper. Wasn't able to find a goalkeeper on loan to come in for free yet. And it's up to the young lad who I've moved into the first team here to really step up his development here if we need him. We could be in a bit of trouble there, gang. We could be in a bit of trouble. Otherwise, we have played a pretty good preseason and we go into an episode in the next couple of days playing newly relegated Kortrijk. KV Kortrijk. I think that's how you say that. We're playing them anyway. Well, I've had better pre-seasons. If I'm honest, that was a difficult one. We're just over the wage budget, but only by about £20. So we've got thereabouts in the end. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. I'll be back to you in a couple of days with the kickoff of the season. My name's Waylands. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.